Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? This is J-Man Vlogs here, bringing you another video. Hope everything is well. So I'm recording, I know it's been a while. I've had a great time with the Trident. I think I have like 1,500 miles on it. It's been a great bike. Right now though, I'm on my way actually. I'm gonna be looking at some dealerships just to see you know, options out there. I know it's tough because of the shortage of everything, cars, bikes, electronics, everything. I know that a lot of dealers are doing some markup, and I don't know how I feel about that. Not like you're getting anything for it, it's just straight additional dealer markup. They also call it ADM or whatever. But I'm not sure. I kind of been interested in a sport bike. So my girlfriend has an RS 660, and you know, when I rode that for not a lot, but a little bit, I had a great time with it. I kind of like that style of it. I mean, this Trident's been great. I really do like it a lot. But I might want to try some with a little more wind protection, a little different style, maybe a little bit more power. So, I've been looking around. I've been doing a lot of research on a bunch of different bikes. I've looked at freaking everything under the sun. I spent like 3-4 hours last night. Not that I'm gonna pull the trigger or anything, just to see what the options are out there. It's kind of sad. I know a lot of the 600 class CC bikes are actually kind of getting phased out. Like, you can't even get the R6 anymore. There's only the R7, which is, you know, the MT-07 pretty much frame and engine, which is not what I kind of want, because then that's basically what this is. The competitor is the Trident 660. So what the hell's the Mia point? I don't know. I don't see a point. I want something that has a little different characteristics. So the CBR 600 RR, it seemed like a great option. I really liked it. My only issue, and I was watching videos and stuff, and apparently it's a little more updated in other countries, but we don't get that one. Like in Japan, a lot of the Asian countries, they get like a TFT dash, you know, brand new, redesigned, all that good stuff. But we don't get that here. So it still has the old analog gauge and stuff, which, you know, is cool. But if I'm, you know, spending a little more money and getting into a bike with a little more power, I kind of want a TFT display. I would love like an IMU with different, you know, traction controls and stuff I could play with, and power modes and all that crap. Not that you really need it, as long as the, you know, bike has ABS and traction control, which is usually wheelie control added on too. It's not a big deal, but I feel like it'd be kind of nice to have. I mean, if I'm spending more money, I mean, this Trident already has a TFT display, so I really like that. Makes the bike feel a lot more modern. And then there's the ZX6R, which seemed like a great option too. That bike seems really nice. But again, no TFT display. You kind of have to go to the 1000s to get a TFT display with like a full axis IMU. And I just can't see needing 1,000 on the street. I mean, you know, if you fucking want to hoon around, I guess, but like, I don't know. I have a relatively fast car, and I mean, even that, I can't even barely use it on the street. It's so rare you actually can open it up. That's gonna be interesting. I hate big trucks. You gonna let me in? Why, thank you, sir. So kind. So, it'd be nice to get some with that kind of features, but I don't need a 1000cc bike. So I went through the whole ringer to see what was out there and look at my options and stuff. So those were the two like classic sport bikes that are left: the ZX6R, the Honda CB. They both seem like nice bikes, but I don't know. I really like my girlfriend's Aprilia. It's pretty nice soft spot right in the middle, where it still comes with like all the tech of a higher end bike, but you know, it's got like 100 horsepower or something like that, so it's not crazy. And the ergos aren't like super crouched up sport bike. Apparently they're a little more middle range, which I've ridden it and I was pretty comfortable on it, not gonna lie. So that was cool, you know. I didn't ride it for long, but so let's see, turn left here. So that's kind of my thing, is I'm open. But another interesting choice, which I didn't even really know was out there, was the Ducati Super Sport, which is kind of like a entry-level Ducati that has more of a torquey, kind of naked bike motor. Basically, I mean, it's almost 1,000 cc, but it only makes like 110 horsepower. It makes a fuckload of torque. I think it's like 70 or 80 torque or some shit like that. It's kind of a lot. So that's kind of more of like a feeling of like this bike where it doesn't make a ton of top end power, but it's like a little torquey thing, or like an MT-07, kind of like that, but just with more power at least. And that's nice. And then if you get the S version, you can get Olin suspension. Not that I really plan to go to track much, or I don't plan to carve canyons like fucking crazy, to be honest. So but that seemed like a really nice option. I'm gonna turn this around because I like being able to see what, oh, of course it went off the mount. Come on, baby, work with me. Not good, not good. Oh, okay. I did not fix it the way I wanted to, but it's a little harder to put that on the mount with gloves when you're worried about the light changing, and I already went in front of somebody. But the Ducati seemed like an interesting option because, you know, it still sounds good. It's not quite the sound of like a true like Panigale, so that kind of bummed me out. But, you know, you're not paying Panigale prices. I mean, you're getting close. I think if you do the S, it's in the range of 200 and, or sorry, 200, what am I saying? It's like 16.5 or something if you want the S with like the matte white color. And then a Panigale V2 starting is like 17 something. So then it's like if you're in the Super Sport, you know, S model, you're only $1,000 away from a Panigale. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's about what you want. You know, the Super Sport's a lot more comfortable. It's basically the Ducati's version and a little more expensive of the, I think, RS. Same idea where it's still sporty, but it's got a little more torque. And the ergos aren't as crazy. It even has like an adjustable windscreen, which is more of like a touring feature. So, I don't know. I'm pretty up in the air right now. I'm gonna turn this. Thank you. See, now it works with me. So I'm kind of up in the air. I don't know. I really like this Trident. I mean, overall, it's been such a fun bike and it's really good. But I want something with a windscreen, a little more super sport. I do really like the Street Triple RS. Street? Yeah, not Speed. Speed's the 1200 and stuff like that. I don't need that. The Street Triple, the 765 engine. That seems nice. But you still don't get the windscreen, and it's still kind of a sportier naked bike. It's not quite like super sport yet, which I think is what I want to get into. But who knows? I'm still looking around, but I've looked at all the options. I even looked at the, was it the CBR 650R? But then, you know, I can't see me justifying going up to another bike and, you know, paying more money for something with only 10 or 20 more horsepower. I just can't see that, because I think the Trident is, I forget, 84 horsepower, 80, something in that realm. Maybe a little less, some in that realm. So like, if I get something new and I'm, you know, paying more money and all the works and I'm getting rid of this thing, I think I gotta be at least in the 100 to 110 range at least. Because I definitely don't need like 150, 170, I don't even ride the bike enough to justify that. If it was like my only fast thing, you know, I still have the car and that's kind of my fun. So I just want something that's a little more sporty, maybe got a little more kick commuter wise. So I don't know, you guys could let me know what you think. But yeah, I've looked at the CBR 600R, a little outdated. The ZXXR, amazing, but a little outdated too. R7 is basically, you know, an MT-07 fucking engine and shit. I know a lot of people really liked it though. I mean, I watch like all the big YouTubers like Yami Noob and all that shit, and they really do like it. And it's got a lot of the sport bike features, but it's more usable than like a 600 where you have to wring the balls out of it. So that's pretty cool, but I don't know, I'm not against it. I love the way the Yamaha looks, to be honest. The R7 looks really good, but I want a different characteristic of engine. I don't want just like a torquey naked bike, which is what I have now. The Ducati's nice, but the Ducati gets up there in price for not a ton of horsepower, because then, like, you know, you start getting in the 16, 17 grand range, and now, you know, for the 110 horsepower Super Sport, you're at a 1000cc TFT display, full IMU, CB1000RR, you know, I'm sure the Cowie, I don't know about, yeah, ZX10R, not the 14, the 14 is crazy, but, So like you're in the range of like 1,000cc Japanese bike, and I'm sure it's cheaper to maintain and fucking less work overall. So it's tough. It's like, where do you go? The Aprilia is a really nice middle ground. I mean, my girlfriend did a good research on that bike. I mean, other than the reliability issues that everybody knew up front, it's been good to her, even though she drives like a baby, but it's good. It'll keep the bike around for a while. Oh, fuck you, yellow. But I've really come to enjoy this Trident, but I kind of think I want to try something a little more in that sport bike category. I think I want to give that a shot. And then when I watch videos of people riding the super sports and stuff, oh, it looks so much fun. I'll just tip this big bitch over. She's actually pretty light, to be honest. That'd be pretty sad if I tipped this thing over. So yeah, I don't know where I'm at right now, but I at least want to go to some dealerships, just sit on them, because I think right now I've called a couple and they're between 15 to like $3,000 for, you know, freight and shipping, and put it together. That's some bullshit, but I get it. It's just markup basically. I mean, I don't know how disassembled the bike comes, but you know, if a shop charges $150 an hour, you can't tell me it takes more than 2 hours to adjust the bike, put the handlebars on, all that crap, because it already comes pretty assembled, I'm pretty sure. So okay, $150 an hour, do it for 2 hours, $300. Where the hell's the extra $1,000, $1,500, $2,000? And then shipping and freight, I don't know, I'm in the car business, so usually that's already included in the MSRP. That's not something you pay after. Now, I don't know if that's different with bikes, that you actually pay for it to get to your dealer. I don't know if it's a way of them just milking you for a little extra money. I pay for it on both my bikes, unfortunately, but now that I have one and I'm really happy with my bike, I'm not in a rush to get out of it. So if I can avoid or get a deal worked out, I will definitely try to do that. But yeah, I think on the Kawasaki, I was really rushing to get into bike, and that was a mistake I made. Great bike, the KLX 300. Not for me, but a great bike. I sold it, and that other guy, I'm sure, loved it. He was going to change the bars on it, really ride it, the snot out of it, so I'm sure he'll love it. But I paid a little markup for that damn thing, and they wouldn't budge. I tried for a while to get them to go lower. It wasn't a huge markup. I think I paid like an extra $600 or $800 over MSRP. It wasn't anything gnarly, but still, I was like, damn it. But I was rushing into a bike, and then, you know, on the Triumph, I paid a little bit over. I don't think it's just a color markup. Whatever, the freight, shipping, put it together, whatever they call it. But you guys let me know. I have to look into that, because I know cars, at the bottom, obviously, there's a pre-delivery and fees and all that crap destination charge. And then at the bottom, that's where, you know, with destination and everything. So anything after that is dealer added shit. So, I don't know if that's like it with bikes, where they charge that after the fact. That seems very odd, because I feel like it should be, you know, included in this is to get to the dealer, and anything after this is extra. That's the way it should be. But you know, they're always gonna try to get a little more money out of you, and especially right now, because I understand, being in the car business, I understand that you know, inventory is super low. Like I talked to a guy at Honda about a 600 RR, and he said that, like, you know, every 4 they get, they only get, you know, 4, let's say, a month, and 2 were pre-sold, and the other 2 will sell within the next couple days, which is pretty accurate, I'm sure, because that's how it is with cars. I mean, most things are pre-sold, so why the hell would they give a guy a discount when they're just gonna sell that shit when it hits the floor? So I get it. So I'm willing to wait. I really do like this bike, even though registration's coming up on it, so that sucks, but it's crazy I've had it for a year. Yeah, maybe I have like 1,600 miles. I don't know. When you first start the bike, it shows you. But I think I'm at 14 or 1,600. I might be up for a service soon. I obviously did the first service where they checked everything and all that crap, and I like to keep all the receipts and stuff. I love this bike though. I mean, overall it's been great. I just want to try something different, but I love it. I even installed the engine cover, clutch, and transmission cover protectors from Triumph. It was super easy to do. I really love the look it gives, because it's not weird looking, or, you know, it doesn't look like some cheap eBay part. It looks really nice. It took forever to get to me. I almost forgot about it, because I actually bought it not too long after I got the Triumph. And then it took forever to come. like months and months and months and months. I almost forgot about it because I remember I was like, oh, whatever happened to that engine cover I fucking ordered, because they told me it was back ordered, so I'd have to wait. And then after whatever 3-4 months, I was like, Jesus Christ, where is it? And then it came like the next week. I got like a text meaning or an email saying, oh hey, your UPS is out for delivery, whatever. I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's see if we get around this guy. But I would not mind a little wind protection. That's what I've learned. It's kind of nice. You can tuck a little and you're not getting slapped around like a toy. I mean, the Trident has plenty of power. It kind of falls off. Falls off a little after 100, 110. But overall, not bad. It's plenty good. I mean, it'll get you to 100 quick. And I'm a bigger guy, so. But, alright, I want to be on the freeway. There's a ton of wind and crap. So I'm going to pause the video and I will be back in a second. Hey, what's going on? So I got off the freeway. I'm pretty close to the dealership. We're going to check it out. Just see what's going on, see what they have, kind of sit on some bikes, see how the fitment is. Let's see. Man, it reeks of weed, man. How can I smell that shit through my helmet? But yeah, so about the whole windscreen. Yeah, that would be nice. On the freeway, when you're going like, you know, I think 70 is okay. Once you hit that like 75, 80, 82-ish threshold. What's up? Nah, rev it? No, man. Appreciate it. Guy wanted me to do it. Thank you. I thought he was saying rev it. He wants me to do a wheelie. I ain't doing no fucking wheelie. Sorry, brother. That is not my shit. I get that a lot. Funny enough, it's like in my Mustang. Everyone tells me, rip it, because they want to do the whole crowd killer meme and see me fucking slide out. I always hear that dumb shit, rev it. It's like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, I ain't gonna do that shit, but I'll give you a rev if you wanted, but the guy seemed pretty cool. Uh-oh, what's going on up here? Sorry if that was loud, by the way. I was trying to hear what that guy was saying and I was yelling at him, so I don't know if that just blasted your ears on the microphone, so it's my bad. What happened? Oh, not good. 2 cops, 3 cops. Bump, bump. So I'm glad it actually became nice out. So I'm in SoCal and it was raining pretty heavily like all day yesterday. And it rained a little this morning. And I don't really like to ride in moderate to heavy rain at all. So I was like, alright, well, if it stays like that, then fuck that, I ain't going out. But it cleared up. It's really nice out. There's still some dark clouds when you go more towards the canyons of the mountains. But overall, it's pretty nice where I'm at here. I wish I was in the mountains with the snow. Oh, that was a nice, smooth shift, Trident. Alright, in the first. Yeah, overall, one thing too that I noticed. Oh, that's fun. Good, usable torque, I'll tell you that. And then it's gonna blow you out of your seat, but plenty of usable torque. I don't even know where this is. I don't think I've ever been to this. This is a weird way it's taking me to the dealership. I've never been around here. It's in here, okay. Do not stop on tracks. You don't have to tell me twice. But definitely leave in the comments, guys, what you think. If you have a recommendation. Not crazy track guy, not crazy corner, like I don't need like Olin suspension, and I don't plan to really carve the shit out of the bike. It's kind of like a nice, I want like a nice sporty fun everyday bike, if you want to call it. Take it to work. You know, I live not too far from Santiago Canyon, if you know where that is, by Cook's Corner. A lot of bikers should know that. Or I'm not too far away from Ortega either, so. But something light. I'm not fucking dragging knee all over the place, so. Let me know what you guys think. If I should stick with like a naked bike, kind of like the Street Triple RS, or if I should go full-fledged, you know, just something with a little more sporty with a full windscreen and everything. Or like a medium, like the R7, RS660, stuff like that. Or full balls to the walls, CBR 600RR, or ZX, you know, those lines. Where is it? Ah, right here. I've been here before. This is the back way though. Interesting. Oh, let's go in there. Nobody's behind me. Merry Christmas. Bink, bink. They got a lot of shit, like razors and stuff. Ooh. Oh, they sell trailers? This is Del Amo, by the way. If you guys, oh, there you go. You'll be able to see that. Del Amo, Orange County. They got like 4 or 5 locations or some shit. So, oh, that's pretty sweet. Look at that little 3-wheeled shit. That's pretty cool. Let's back her up. Beep, 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 beep. Alright guys, I will leave it here. I'm gonna go test ride, or not test ride, I wish, yeah right. Just go look at some bikes, and I'll be back in a second. Hey guys, just finished up at Del Amo. I'm heading to another spot. I just want to take a look at some of their bikes. They had some good variety. I saw the ZX6R, which the guy said he had and he loved it. I gotta turn around. So could not go out that way apparently. But yeah, so they had some good options. ZX6R, and I got to see the CBR 600RR. I saw that it was sold. Some guy had put his name on it. So I was just sitting in the showroom. I saw the 1000. Man, that CBR 1000 is a beautiful machine. Absolutely love that. But that is way too much. And I was talking to the guy there too. One of the sales guys came up to me and he was just bullshitting. He had a CX6R and he was saying that he had a 1000 and it was completely fucking useless because he could never use it, and he probably used 25% of what the bike is capable of. So I was like, yeah, that's about what I thought. But it just sucks that there's no, you know, it's like TFT display, and then, you know, obviously he talked about that the new Honda has it, but we're not getting it in the US, so fuck us, I guess. But now I'm going to another motorcycle dealer, just looking around. You know, just like to sit on stuff. Felt good, the ZX6R. The only thing was that, you know, I'm not used to it because with a naked bike, is that my knees, like when I'm in like tuck, my knees touch my arms. So I was like, that's kind of weird. But he said, like, you know, how often are you really in full tuck? Do you know, and you do put your arms a little out, so not a big deal. But it's something I have to learn a little different. Pegs obviously are so much higher. My feet stay super low in this compared to a sport bike or a super sport. So just little different things, but just kind of exploring, seeing what options are out there. I got to see the Ducati Super Sport in person. It looks good, but I don't know, there's something about it. Like if I get a Ducati, I would really want the dang, like, Panigale. Like that's like, I don't know, like even the sound. And I try to look up exhaust videos on the Super Sport, and there's like very limited exhaust options. I don't know, that whole like EU, what is it, the Emissions 5 or whatever they have in Europe, that shit really destroyed fucking bikes and their exhaust, like everything. That's what even this bike, you know, the Triton, it sucks because on older bikes you were able to just put a slip-on, and some bikes you still can, but they make it so much harder, and you got to worry about flashing, and then a lot of them have the servos, so you have to buy the servo buddy. But even like this Triton, you know, it has the cat, muffler, everything in under the bike, and then in one solid unit. So they make it harder, of course, because then if you want to change it, you have to get a full fucking header system. And you know, the bike wasn't that expensive. I think a new Trident is what, 7,800, 8 grand. And so it's like I gotta spend $1,500 to $1,600 on an $8,000 bike. I don't know, the math doesn't add up. Like, it seems like a lot. Now I was looking at like a quality, I was looking at that Zard exhaust. That was a really nice exhaust. But yeah, so I don't know. But that EU fucking emission shit killed bikes. Now everything is quieter. Even some bikes make less horsepower. Apparently that's Super Sport. It makes less, like only a couple horsepower, so obviously you wouldn't really feel anything. But it's the point. It's like, Jesus Christ, they're restricting it so much. Like there's really that many bikes polluting the air over here. Like that's the problem, so whatever. That's a conversation for another day. But I would need exhaust on it, and there doesn't seem like there's much exhaust out there. And the sound is still not like a true Ducati Panigale stuff. Different format engine, so I don't know about that one, but obviously the 600 sound awesome. So yeah, he was cool. But ZX6 looked nice, but he said it's really hard to find the ABS models because they're always pre-sold, and you know, they only get a couple. The market is right now, everything's so limited with all the shortages and shit. And then he said, like, you know, they raised like dealer freight fees and all that, the fees and shit, which makes sense because even in the car business, obviously, like MSRPs have risen like $1,000, $1,500 every year, just MSRP, not even anybody playing any games. So you know, it gets passed on to the consumer, so that kind of sucks. So every bike is probably more expensive than it would have been. But the problem with sport bikes, guys, is that used, I'm so worried about some dude stunting it, wheeling it, depriving the engine of oil, fucking it. Like, it's the videos you see, like a guy has a 50 miles on the bike and just wide open in the air, depriving it, beating the living shit out of it. And I know it's a Japanese sport bike and they take a lot of abuse, but that's not what I do to my bike. I don't do that. I actually waited the break-in period on this quite a bit. Like, I was genuinely nice on it till whatever miles it suggested. And I never do wheelies on the shit, or, you know, burn out the clutch and slip it and try to take off as hard as I can. So I'm like, dang, I don't want a bike even with 1,000 miles. Somebody could do some serious damage to it that, you know, maybe it could take it, but I just don't want something that's already been abused. Whether it looks perfect and he never dropped it, he still rode the living fuck out of it. So this bike is still fun. So, wow, what a nice nose they have here. Right here. That's fun. Watch it. Woo! What the fuck? I fucking hit a bump or something and that shit had my ass out of the seat. God damn. I was not expecting that. Thank God I had a like grip on the throttle. I'd never been bounced out of my seat like that before. Usually a quick bounce, but this was like a whole body lift. That's kind of funny. All right, how do I get in there? I'm gonna go, we'll make a left when I don't get sideswiped. No, let's see, should I go in the middle? I don't trust people. Let's see, after that guy goes, maybe. Beautiful. Mission accomplished. I'm assuming not. Perfect. All right, everyone's gonna stop for me. I don't trust fucking no one on the road. Ooh. I thought I had that shit in neutral. That shit went in second on me. Come on, baby. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, guys. I will touch base after I'm done and I'm closer to home. Alright, how you guys doing? I am back, so I am almost home. I went to OC Motorcycles